March 27, 1973, the 45th Academy Awards at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion in Los Angeles. Diana Ross walked the red carpet in a stunning gown, cameras flashing, knowing she was about to make history. Diana was nominated for Best Actress for her performance as Billie Holiday in Lady Sings the Blues, the first Motown artist ever nominated for an Academy Award for acting. That night represented everything Diana had fought for, every doubt Diana had overcome, every critic Diana had proven wrong, every barrier Diana had broken. Win or lose, Diana had already achieved something extraordinary. Diana had gone from Detroit's Brewster-Douglass housing projects to the most prestigious recognition in film. That journey was the real triumph. Some of y'all remember watching the Oscars in 1973. Remember seeing Diana Ross nominated alongside established film actresses. Remember the pride of watching a Motown star, a black woman from Detroit, being recognized by the Academy. Remember understanding the significance of that moment. Remember how far Diana had come from being told she was just a singer who couldn't act. Remember feeling like Diana's nomination was a victory for everyone who'd been told they couldn't do something because of where they came from or what they looked like. The path to that Oscar night had been long and challenging. Diana's performance in Lady Sings the Blues had been released in October 1972. The reviews were mixed initially. Some critics praised Diana's dramatic performance, while others remained skeptical about a pop star in a serious film. But audiences loved the movie. Lady Sings the Blues became a commercial hit, earning over $10 million. Diana's performance resonated emotionally with viewers, who saw Diana disappear into Billie Holiday's pain and struggle. The Oscar nomination announcement came in February 1973. Diana was nominated for Best Actress alongside Liza Minnelli for Cabaret, Maggie Smith for Travels with My Aunt, Cicely Tyson for Sounder, and Liv Ullmann for The Emigrants. The competition was extraordinary. All 5 nominees had delivered powerful performances. Diana was thrilled just to be included among such talent. The nomination itself validated everything Diana had risked in taking on the role of Billie Holiday. The significance of Diana being the first Motown artist nominated for an acting Oscar extended beyond personal achievement. Diana represented Motown, the label Berry Gordy had built in Detroit, the sound that had defined a generation, the artist who'd created the soundtrack of the 1960s. Diana's nomination showed that Motown wasn't just a music label. Motown could compete in film. Diana proved that the talent Berry had cultivated could excel in multiple entertainment fields. Diana carried Motown's reputation that night. Some of y'all understand what it means to be the first to achieve something, to carry the weight of representing not just yourself, but everyone who came before you and everyone who will come after you. To know that your success or failure will influence how others are perceived and treated. To bear that pressure with grace and dignity. Diana carried all of that weight on Oscar night. Diana represented Motown, black actresses, recording artists who wanted to act, and working-class black girls from Detroit who dared to dream big. The preparation for Oscar night was meticulous. Diana's gown had to be perfect, elegant, sophisticated, worthy of the occasion. Diana's hair and makeup had to be flawless. Diana needed to look like she belonged among Hollywood royalty. Diana understood that presentation mattered. Diana was representing not just herself, but challenging Hollywood's narrow perceptions about who deserved to be at the Oscars. Diana's appearance that night made a statement. Black women from Motown could be as elegant and glamorous as any Hollywood star. The red carpet at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion was a moment of triumph before the ceremony even began. Diana arrived looking absolutely stunning. Photographers shouted Diana's name, reporters wanted interviews. Diana handled it all with grace and poise. Diana knew how to work a camera. Diana understood the performance aspect of Oscar night. You weren't just attending a ceremony, you were being watched by millions. You were creating an image that would last forever in photographs and film. Inside the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, Diana sat among Hollywood's elite. The ceremony was hosted by Carol Burnett, Michael Caine, Charlton Heston, and Rock Hudson. The Godfather was the big film of the night, nominated for multiple awards. Diana was surrounded by legendary actors and filmmakers. Diana belonged there. Diana had earned her seat through talent and hard work. Diana wasn't an outsider looking in. Diana was a nominee, an equal, someone Hollywood's most prestigious institution had recognized. The Best Actress category was presented later in the ceremony. As the category approached, Diana's nerves must have intensified. Win or lose, this moment would define how Diana's acting debut was remembered. A win would cement Diana as a serious actress. A loss wouldn't diminish her achievement. Being nominated was already historic, but winning would be the ultimate validation. Diana waited as the presenter opened the envelope. Liza Minnelli won for Cabaret. Liza's performance had been extraordinary. She absolutely deserved the Oscar. Liza went to the stage to accept her award. Diana applauded graciously. Diana smiled. Diana showed class in defeat. Diana understood that losing to Liza Minnelli for Cabaret was no shame. Diana had competed against one of the great performances in film history and had been honored just to be nominated alongside it. Some of y'all respect how Diana handled not winning, the grace Diana showed, the genuine happiness Diana expressed for Liza's victory, the dignity Diana maintained, the understanding that being nominated for an Academy Award in your first film role was an incredible achievement, regardless of whether you won the statue. Diana's class that night reflected the elegance Diana had always shown. Diana won by being there. Diana won by being nominated. Diana won by proving she belonged. The significance of Diana's nomination was discussed immediately in entertainment media. Diana had become the first Motown artist nominated for an acting Oscar. Diana had proven that recording artists could transition to serious film roles. Diana had opened doors for other musicians who wanted to act. Diana had challenged Hollywood's gatekeeping about who could be considered a real actor. Diana's achievement that night influenced casting decisions for years afterward. Diana made it easier for the artists who came after. The impact on Berry Gordy and Motown was profound. Berry had bet on Diana's acting ability when Hollywood said Diana couldn't act. Berry had produced Lady Sings the Blues himself when studios wouldn't cast Diana. Berry had invested Motown's resources and reputation in Diana's film debut. Diana's nomination validated Berry's belief. Berry's gamble had paid off spectacularly. Motown could now position itself as a film production company, not just a record label. Diana's success expanded what Motown could be. The Oscar nomination changed Diana's career trajectory. Before Lady Sings the Blues, Diana was primarily known as a singer. After the nomination, Diana was recognized as a legitimate actress. Diana received offers for other film roles. Diana could choose projects based on artistic merit rather than just proving she could act. Diana had established credibility that would serve her for the rest of her career. One Oscar nomination gave Diana options and respect she hadn't had before. The cultural significance of Diana's nomination for Black actresses was enormous. In 1973, Black women rarely got leading roles in major films. When they did, the roles were often stereotypical: maids, servants, victims. Diana's role as Billie Holiday was complex, multidimensional, the center of the film's narrative. Diana's Oscar nomination for playing such a role showed that Black actresses could be nominated for playing real, complicated human beings rather than stereotypes. Diana's achievement raised the bar for what Black actresses could demand and expect. The comparison to Cicely Tyson's simultaneous nomination for Sounder was significant. Both Diana and Cicely were nominated for Best Actress that same year, 1973. Two black women nominated in the same category was unprecedented for that era. The double nomination showed that black actresses could deliver Oscar-worthy performances when given opportunities. Diana and Cicely's nominations together sent a message to Hollywood that black talent deserved recognition and roles worthy of that talent. The Oscar night experience was something Diana would remember forever. Walking the red carpet as a nominee, sitting in the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion among Hollywood legends, hearing her name called as a nominee, watching Liza Minnelli win and celebrating that victory, attending the after-parties as an Oscar-nominated actress. Every moment of that night validated the journey Diana had taken from the Supremes to solo career to film actress. Every moment proved Diana's versatility and talent. Some of y'all celebrate Diana's Oscar nomination as one of her proudest achievements. Celebrate that Diana was the first from Motown to reach that level in film. Celebrate that Diana represented black women and working-class people from Detroit at Hollywood's most prestigious event. Celebrate that Diana handled the entire experience with grace and elegance. Celebrate that whether Diana won or lost, Diana had already triumphed by being there. That celebration honors Diana's courage in pursuing acting and her success in being recognized for it. The lessons from Diana's Oscar night apply beyond entertainment. When you're the first to achieve something, handle it with grace and awareness of who you represent. When you compete at the highest levels, prepare thoroughly and present yourself excellently. When you don't win, maintain dignity and celebrate other success genuinely. When you achieve recognition, understand it opens doors for others after you. Diana demonstrated all of these principles on Oscar night 1973. Those photographs and footage from that night became iconic. Diana in her Oscar gown on the red carpet, Diana sitting in the audience during the ceremony, Diana applauding for Liza's win, Diana at the after-parties celebrating her nomination. Those images captured a historic moment, the first Motown artist recognized by the Academy for acting. Those images showed Diana at the height of glamour and achievement. Those images proved Diana belonged anywhere talent and hard work could take you. Diana's Oscar nomination for Lady Sings the Blues remains one of the defining moments in Motown's history. Berry Gordy built Motown to showcase black talent and prove black artists could compete with anyone. Diana's Oscar nomination fulfilled that vision perfectly. Diana competed with Hollywood's best and earned recognition from the industry's most prestigious institution. Diana proved Motown could excel in film just as Motown had dominated music. Diana's achievement that night was Motown's achievement. The impact on Diana's confidence and self-perception was significant. Diana had always been talented and driven, but the Oscar nomination gave Diana validation from outside Motown and Berry's influence. Hollywood, an industry that had initially resisted Diana playing Billie, had recognized Diana's performance as one of the 5 best of the year. That recognition came from Diana's talent alone, not from Berry's connections or Motown's marketing. Diana had proven herself on her own merit in a completely different field from music. Some of y'all understand the power of external validation for internal confidence. Having an institution outside your immediate circle recognize your worth, proving yourself to skeptics, earning respect from people who initially doubted you. Diana experienced all of that through the Oscar nomination. Diana's confidence in her abilities grew from that recognition. Diana understood she could succeed in multiple fields because Diana had the talent, work ethic, and intelligence to excel anywhere she chose to compete. The historical context of 1973 makes Diana's achievement even more significant. The civil rights movement had made progress, but racism was still pervasive in entertainment. Black actors and actresses still faced massive discrimination in casting and opportunities. The Academy Awards had a long history of ignoring or marginalizing black performers. For Diana, a black woman, a recording artist, a first-time film actress, to be nominated for Best Actress in that environment was extraordinary. Diana's nomination represented progress and possibility. The inspiration Diana provided to young black girls and women cannot be overstated. Watching Diana on Oscar night, young black viewers saw someone who looked like them being honored by Hollywood, saw a black woman from a working-class background competing at the highest level, saw proof that talent and determination could overcome barriers. Diana showed a generation of young black women that they could pursue dreams in fields where they weren't traditionally welcomed. Diana's Oscar night expanded what seemed possible. The night Diana Ross made Oscar history in 1973 was about more than one award ceremony. It was about Diana breaking barriers for Motown artists in film. It was about Diana proving that black women could be recognized for complex, dramatic performances. It was about Diana opening doors for recording artists who wanted to act. It was about Diana representing Detroit, Motown, and working-class black America at Hollywood's most prestigious event. It was about Diana handling competition with grace and dignity. It was about Diana's journey from the projects to the Oscars, validating the American dream that hard work and talent could take you anywhere. Do you remember watching Diana Ross at the Oscars in 1973? Did you feel pride seeing the first Motown artist nominated for Best Actress? Drop a comment sharing your memories of that historic night, or tell us about achievements that made you proud to see people who looked like you being recognized. Hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss another trip down memory lane.